Yeah, I don't know much of the history on these. I looked them up on the USGS reports and they showed that they produced gold at some point, so not much other history. Probably everything down here, same era, closed down 1910, 1920, so let's see what's left. My name's Corey Schumann, Gold Rush Expeditions. Doing this since 94-ish, and yeah, finally found a way to make a little money and get people out into the hills here.
So Schumann, as soon as we get up to this site up here, I'll probably want to decide immediately if we want to claim it or not. That way I can write the claim and you can go explore it, just to make it more efficient for our time. I don't want to waste any time while we're out here because we're short on budget and short on time. My name is Jessica Schumann. I am Vice President for Gold Rush Expeditions. In order to claim a mine, you actually have to put stakes in the ground. You know, the old-fashioned, I'm gonna stake my claim. Well, that's exactly what we have to do. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to actually map out a claim and where the stakes should be. And then once I get those coordinates, the locations of where I want my stakes to be, I'll take the GPS coordinates and I will actually go put a physical stake in the ground at that site.
Looks like that ends pretty shortly. And we've got a little bit here. Interesting to find the exact vein that they were actually mining this on. Take that little piece out. Alright, then we'll try the other one. Cool. This looks to be where everything was coming in and out of, but probably our best chance of accessing the works. We've got the measurement on, and down we go. Made some nice little steps for us here. Watching our heads. Just because there's a lot of crap up here, it looks like it's fallen. Probably the last earthquake was really interesting. And you see some little bits of rock, but this looks like for whenever they're pulling out. Old roller for the cable to run along. It still turns. That's good fun. Yeah, that would be the cable. Would just follow that down. Wouldn't tear up their rock. Wouldn't tear up their cable. Probably what they're more interested in. Yeah, the air conditioning factor on these California mines isn't nearly as nice as the Midwest ones. Gets a little warm.
Should I go ahead and claim it? Do you see?
I don't see a whole lot of mineral.
I know on MSGS it says there's gold, but
MSGS? Is that similar to USGS?
whatever.
I don't see enough to make it worth claiming, honestly.
Okay.
I don't want to waste your time with what you've been writing, but...
Well, at least we had it ready if we needed to claim it, but...
Yeah, I don't... There's no sexy in it. There's no minerals. There's nothing that... Somebody came into it, they'd be like, how am I supposed to be mining here? So yeah, this is one of those mines really good to document. There's some definite cool history here. It'd be fun to know the whole long history of it. But as far as something that we're going to claim, there's just no purpose in it. We don't want to have somebody come out here and try and mine gold and there's no gold for them to mine. So some we claim, some we don't. Some is just documenting for history. So this one will fall into the latter.
Okay, so here's your Devil's Gate. We're gonna drop on this road.
Okay, let's see what Dead Man Canyon looks like
Here
then.
it is. Richie Mine.
That's what we're looking at. Add it, shaft. So we'll have Jess guide us in.
Okay, take a left.
Take us out of four-wheel here. A little bit slippy on the road here and pretty steep. I don't know how far up we're gonna get on this. I don't want to take the team off the side of the mountain here. Maybe take one or two more switchbacks and see if this ice doesn't let up a little bit. If not, maybe this will be for the spring. Yeah, there's some harsh, good fun out there.
Schumann, I don't think this is a very good idea. I do not think we're getting up here today. Unless you brought snowmobiles? I think we're gonna have to get this one in the spring. What do you think?
Once I'm up this little bit, I've got pavement again, so.
All right, please be careful. I do not like this.
And on the 7th day there was pavement, and it was good.
Follow this up, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 more switchbacks until you're to our first cutoff, and then it's a good hike from there. And since it's on this side of the mountain, you're going to be in quite a bit of snow.
And it's going to be super cold.
Yep.
All right. Just pick this up out of the tailings pile. Definitely a good sign. Ah, there we go. Not too bad to see right there. You can see just a little bit right underneath the quartz. And then you shadow it, and it's still nice and shiny in there. So definitely a good sign. Be interesting to get onto the main vein that they started pulling this from. So looks good. Okay, so this guy we're setting in right here. It's just a little more accurate way of measuring than counting your feet while you're inside there. Yeah, this feels like boy, last time anybody was probably in here, 60s-ish maybe. Got a few little remnants of items here. Ah, little magazine here. Desert magazine. Still around a little bit. Yeah, it looks like July 1965 for this guy. And we got some good peg legs gold lies here. The desert and archaeology. Yeah, it looks like you got a little quartz. I'm wondering if just looks kind of like a little natural fissure that maybe popped when they were working it, and so they kind of supported it up so shit doesn't fall on their head. This looks like they kind of broke into part of a little cavern here. See all this calcite just kind of floating down. Definitely natural. Looks like they probably broke some out looking for ores. Yeah, it looks like it goes up there. There's even a couple little stalactites up there. That's probably what brought them in here. Chasing that dark bit right there. You got the quartz in it. Got the iron. Might have some silver. Definitely gonna get the gold in there. Ah, I will put some wood here. This will keep the mountain up. Nice little bit right there. Almost looks like the that green stuff, the malachite maybe, but it's a little sheeny. What's in the calcite's looking good though. That would definitely be probably all this is what they're getting a little excited about. It's interesting that they don't interconnect. I would have expected them to hit that shaft up there, use this for hauling. But I guess we'll hit another tunnel. Got a radio?
Yes.
I'll hit these stakes down here. You check out what those mines look like. Let's see if they're good, bad, indifferent. This one's cool, but hopefully some of them interconnect. Look for the gold veins in them.
Okay.
I could pick out a little bit in this one, but I'd like to see something a little bigger.
So honestly, I would say one of the biggest challenges with what we do is the lack of knowledge out there. Kids are taught, stay out, stay alive, mines are dangerous. And then you talk to people about it and they're like, oh, you're gonna die in one of those, that's so dangerous. And you're like, no, as long as you have a little bit of safety knowledge, they're not that dangerous. This is some really pretty ore right here. Can't complain about that. Nice dark colors. Those are good signs for money. Let's hope for something worthwhile. Watch your head. Ooh. Wow, that's a big boy. Lots to see in this. I don't think so. There's a nice barrel or something back there. Well, I think that's it. Nothing too exciting in here. On to the next. Historically, it's called the Big Pine Gold. So I would hope they had gold here. If not, well, they're stupid. But you didn't hear that from me. Oh my God, this rock is heavy. That is a good sign. But I want to say there is definitely gold in this one. Definitely. Okay. Oh, this isn't going to be much. Well, maybe. See if we can't find what they were following in here. Oh, there she is. There's a beautiful ore vein up here. I can actually see some very rich galena, very deep iron, very dark. Very nice quartz vein right here. Good, very good. Definitely watch your head. I don't know about this guy. Ooh, he's so pretty though. This one's actually not as much quartz, it's just dark ore. No question about what they were looking at in here. Overall, not too bad. You can almost free climb out of this little shaft. And again, the veins running right along here. So it looks like they started to dig a shaft down this way. Looks like they were following the same sort of vein, but doesn't look as rich over on this side. It's probably a 10-foot shaft, nothing really big, some old wood. Lots of poop, definitely an animal hideout. And it looks like we almost hit some very cave-like structures, some little crevices. The reason we do these surveys is so that when we get back to the office, we can actually give the claims a rating. And we rate things based off of access to the road, depth of the mine, quality of minerals in the mine, and then those all go into the rating. The higher rating, the more we sell them for. So this helps me that when I get back to the office, I know what rating those mines should get.
This mine's got a huge history of production, which was one of the big things that brought us out here. To find a mine that's this big, that's not on private property, is, like Jess said, is extremely hard to find. Guys that put this together have probably got hundreds of thousands of dollars into it, and that is, you know, 1920s to 1950s money.
So the name of this mine that we're at here is called the Stockwell mine, and this mine is the, I don't really want to say epitome, but this is what makes mine exploration fun. When you find something like this, it's big, there's lots to see, lots of tunnels, drifts, adits, stopes, you know. It's an entire anthill of workings back there.
You think it's coming down?
Very cool.
Kind of looks like it goes that way a little bit, but I'm not sure that I want to go that way. I think I kind of want to go this way. That's probably the more substantial road though.
Yep.
What we try and do is, we already know that based on the way the mountains are coming down and some of the research, that all of the loads are coming basically running westward. So the claim that we've written is to come down the mountain, and that'll give somebody, whoever gets in on it, they can also run like a placer claim, and if they want to wash through some of this for gold, they can wash through it. But I try and steer people more towards load claims because the load gold is the big hard gold that they're going to get a lot more of, whereas the placer stuff, you could sift through this for, you know, a week or two and maybe get an ounce out, whereas you can just go right up in the mine, find where the vein's at, and pull that out in 5 minutes. So, see my flat there? See some of the claim markers?
Yes.
All right, taking you to them then. I'm on you. There's a split to the side canyon that had a few more workings, but this was the big one. So you can see you've got the tailing coming off of something up there. Another one here, a small one. This may have been something that's gone. And it looks like you've got possibly a hole there that might tail down there. And then just that little next ridge over where it looks like it might go down. But I think our biggest is gonna be these couple levels over here.
On to the next. That was a short one.
You want that? Okay. Yeah, that one down below looks good. I was starting to get a little discouraged.
So one of the things I love is the discovery of the mines. You never know what's going to be around that next turn, around that next corner. Sometimes you turn a corner and it's a dead end. It's a big wall in front of you. And sometimes you turn a corner and you find artifacts and relics and ladders that you can climb up and down. You can find gold and silver, and it's always such a wonderful discovery around the next corner. Every once in a while I find a mine that I absolutely have to have. I have to keep it. It has to be made for me and mine only. So every once in a while I want to keep one for myself. Holy shit. Okay, so this is some gorgeous blue in here, Schumann. Come take a look. Holy crap. Okay, this is gorgeous. Over here and look.
What'd you find?
Calcinite.
Wow, look at that color.
I know, isn't it gorgeous? We've only got 2 more levels. I can see both of them.
I'm using your safety factor. I can't see what you're seeing. But
So
that ladder
it looks like it goes in that
ladder doesn't
direction.
appear to be attached to anything.
Okay.
Okay?
Good.
I'm not trying to be a dick, but you're holding on to that ladder like it's with your buddy and it's not there.
Okay. All right, you got it.
So we'll figure something out. And get that plank divided on.
There's 3 of them.
Are they just little stalks or are they drafts?
I can't really tell. Hey, Schumann, I think you left your dog down here.
Yeah?
Yeah, check it out.
Those are dogs. They're definitely maybe of the dog family. They got the claws.
Oh, but look at those whiskers.
Let's see the whiskers and then look at the tail on that thing.
Oh my God, there's 2 of them.
Some sort of critter. Might be, yeah, I don't know. Definitely good mummified, but it's not a dog nose. That's almost a weasel of some sort. This might have been maybe an old workway that they used, and as they started getting more newer modern mining, they just kind of left it be, and maybe that explains up top too why they blocked off that other area. I think we're just scratching the surface. As soon as we get to a lower entrance, we're going to see a lot more.
Well, then let's go.
This is just a small piece of it. To get a site like this, if you're going to buy a patented site, it would probably run you $15–20 million at least, and that's with no proven reserves.
I cannot believe how big this mine is. This thing is huge. Hell, we could probably bring a small truck down here. Definitely an ATV.
There's definitely some more going on up here. This thing is a monster. Processing is a lot better than it is now, so to get a site like this, if you're going to buy a patented site, it would probably run you $15–20 million at least, and that's with no proven reserves. The way we do them like this, we find something like this, it'll maybe go for anywhere from $50,000 to $75,000, and somebody will be able to work this for the next, 50, 100, 200 years, and probably still have stuff coming out of it. So, it's kind of what we like to do, is put people on sites like this that they would never ever be able to afford otherwise. So.
These ones are super long too, but they feel really nice. Hold on, let me just come up a little bit more.
Or is it just a small radius?
Hey, I'm gonna go check this out, boys. Just see where it goes before you come up.
Do you have a safe method of getting up? That you're going to have your 3 points of contact? Usually she uses logic. Every once in a while she gets a little excited about what she's going to find, so I always like to be there to kind of rein her in, but hopefully, yeah, if we hear her scream, we'll know that she went farther than she should have.
So, here's the top of that ladder set. There is a little bit of a drift up here. I found an old tool of some kind, not quite sure what it is, but I'll bring it out.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, bring down what you found and we'll scoot our way out and see if we can find another entrance. I would conservatively guesstimate that there's probably a good 5 miles of anthill tunnels wandering around through this mine. All of that you're going to be able to look around, pick ore out of, and that's for the average person, even for an average team of guys, that's going to take you years and years to get through, which is just amazing to find something like this that's still intact like this.